My name is Darrien, and this is my story. I was the girl who ran to the world in an attempt to fix my brokenness. Being the daughter of one parent being an addict and the other parent having multiple personality and anxiety disorders, it was so easy choosing things of the world rather than the one who created me. I'd convinced myself I could handle life all on my own and that I did not need to surrender anything to God except the parts that I deemed appropriate. Fall of 2019, I entered into a relationship that from the surface looked fine, but it did not draw me closer to Jesus. We moved in together, and he was not a follower of Jesus, which resulted in me crossing boundaries that I knew I should have never crossed. The longer the relationship went on, the further it took me from God. This relationship left me with no peace. I think there are some of us in this room tonight who are in a relationship you shouldn't be in, and the only reason I know this is because I was that person. When I was 22, I was scared of being alone, I was desperate and yearning for love, and I had nowhere else to go. My desperation caused me to live with someone who wasn't my husband, cross boundaries I was not supposed to cross, and ultimately cause a divide in my walk with Jesus. Through an unsettled heart, I began to look for God again. I came across Crosspoint on a Google search, and the very first Sunday I attended, the sermon was titled Kingdom Purity. Talk about God being direct. Would you believe me if I said the very next Sunday was a sermon with the title Kingdom Marriage? The Lord definitely knows how to make things abundantly clear. Those messages pushed me to join a small group and seek advice about my relationship. And through counsel, I learned more about Jesus and the importance of prayer, which is when the Lord very clearly said to me, Darrien, I cannot and I will not bless something that does not give me honor and glory. Jesus taught me that he is enough, and if my identity is placed anywhere other than him, I will never have lasting peace, and my relationship with him will likely not go any deeper. I learned godly dating is to seek someone who would make a godly spouse, someone you can chase after Jesus with and who you can do kingdom work with. Seek someone who strives to love like Jesus and also has an awareness that they can never be the one to satisfy your heart the way Jesus can. I then knew to find peace meant to let go of the very relationship I was putting above Jesus. I was in a relationship with someone expected to love me unconditionally, yet he rejected the ultimate form of unconditional love. I had all the fears come rushing in. How would my partner react? Where would I go? Who would help me? Could God actually provide someone better? I think sometimes we forget God is for us. We forget that he not only wants our happiness, but he is the provider of lasting joy. We cannot let the sin in our life cause a divide within our relationship with the only one who's truly able to love us unconditionally. After seeking godly community and having them pray with me and over the situation, I worked up the courage to step out in obedience. I ended the relationship, moved out, and sold the house. After selling the house, which sold in 1 hour, yes, 1 hour, y'all, the Lord also blessed me with a new job. 3 years later, I'm now on staff at Crosspoint City Church and sharing my story with you. If there's any bit of encouragement I can give you, it would be this. Stop ignoring Jesus and stop running from what he's calling you to surrender. You will not find peace until you find yourself in a position of humble surrender, and I can promise you this. Choosing to trust Jesus is never a mistake. Give him your yes and let him bless you and invite you into a relationship that will satisfy every need in your life. Please don't ignore the way God's tugging on your